welcome to another virtual cocktail class brought to you by Cocktail Craft. My name is Bree and I'm going to be your bartender today. We are going to be making our Shamrock Spritzer, which is a fun and delicious cocktail for St. Patty's Day. We are doing a lot of fresh ingredients in this, which is different than our other kits. Usually we'll give you lime juice or lemon juice, but we are going to be doing all fresh squeezed, muddled, and everything today. So very delicious cocktail, light and refreshing for your St. Patty's Day celebrations. All right, let's go over everything that's in your kit. So because we are doing a bunch of fresh fruit, we have provided a muddler for you. We are going to be muddling all of our ingredients, so this is definitely necessary. You will need to share this with the other person that you're making your cocktail with, but one should be fine to use between the two of you. You'll just have to take turns. All right, and then you will have 2 mason jars. Okay, so 2 cute little jars, one for each of you to put your cocktail in. You will have 1 can of Sprite. This can will be split between the 2 of you since you will only need about 3 or 4 ounces per cocktail. Okay. Then you will have 2 cups of cucumber syrup. This is 3/4 ounces, so you will need 1 for each cocktail. 2 cups of vodka, 2 ounces of vodka, okay? 1 for each of you. Then you will have just 1 bag of mint. The mint is so small that we've combined it into 1 bag, so you guys will share the mint. But then you will have 2 bags with your cucumber and your lime. Okay, so 1 for each of you. And lastly, you will have 2 straws, this fun silver kind of psychedelic straw, 1 for each of you. All right, so let's go over extra items that you will need. So you will need a shaker and a glass of ice. We're doing about 10 ounces of ice, so quite a bit. Make sure you have enough so you can get the ratio right with the Sprite there. Then you will also need a cutting board and knife. All right, so that's everything you'll need. Let's go ahead and start making the cocktail. All right, so we're gonna start with our shaker. You are gonna be building the cocktail right in here. So grab your shaker and then also your cutting board and knife and your cucumber and lime bag. All right? So first things first, we're gonna start with our cucumber. And what we're gonna do is cut off 1 little slice so that you can save that for our shamrock garnish at the end. All right? So make sure it's thick enough, but you want enough cucumber left over to muddle. So go ahead and just cut a slice off there. About that much is perfect. Okay, we'll just set that off to the side. And then for the rest of your cucumber, we are going to muddle. So go ahead and just start kind of cutting it up into little pieces. Okay, so I'm kind of doing slices and then turning it and doing slices this way as well. It makes it a lot easier to muddle when you have small pieces. Okay, so go ahead and throw that in your shaker. Okay, and before we add anything else, we're gonna go ahead and muddle our cucumber. It makes it easier again to kind of get those pieces all muddled before we add the rest of our ingredients. So go ahead and take your muddler out. These are new, so they should be clean, but if you want to just give them a quick wash, that would probably be good. I'm just going to dip mine over here in my water, and then you can go ahead and start muddling. And you're going to want to muddle for a while to get all of the juices out of the cucumber. So just go ahead and start smushing, muddling that cucumber all up and getting those great flavors out. You can also kind of do one of these, but I kind of cover my cocktail shaker while I do it so I don't splash stuff out. Get any from the sides. And just keep muddling that until you've got it pretty well muddled. All right. That should be about good. Okay, so take turns muddling your cucumber. We are going to do the lime next. So while the other person is muddling, go ahead and grab your lime out of your bag. Now this step, you can just fresh squeeze your lime into there. I'm gonna actually throw it in my cocktail and muddle it a little bit. I feel like that gets the juices out better. It makes it a little less messy, and then I like it to go in the cocktail. So I don't know if you can notice, but there is a full lime in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and just throw that lime right into my muddler. And once the other person's done muddling their cucumber, just go ahead and squish that lime down and get it fully muddled into the cucumber juice as well. With the lime and mint and all the muddling, it's almost like we're making a mojito, but it's with vodka, so not quite a mojito. And we're adding the cucumbers, so kind of a nice added flavor there. All right, so once you've got that lime good and muddled, we're gonna throw in the mint. So if you want to pull out your bag of mint, I just have enough in here for one because I've already made my first drink. So you're going to have quite a few pieces of mint. And what I would suggest is, I like a lot of mint flavor, so I'm going to put most of this in my shaker to mix with my cocktail. However, you might want to keep a few pieces to use. I did not do it in this one, but you can take the mint at the end and kind of slide it down so it's really pretty. So if you want to do that, just save a piece or two. I'm just gonna save one because, again, I love mint flavor in my cocktail. All right, and you're gonna take your mint and you can do a couple things. You can either break it up and throw it in, you can muddle it with the rest of your fresh ingredients, or you can tear it apart and spank it is what it's called. You're gonna spank your mint, so you just put it on the palm of your hand and slap it a few times, and that'll get the oils out and help release that flavor. So then go ahead and throw that into your cocktail shaker. All right, again, you can muddle that, do whatever you'd like with your mint. So after that step, we're gonna add our ice. So go ahead and pour a good amount of ice into your cocktail shaker. And we are going to throw in our cucumber syrup. This is homemade syrup, so it's very fresh, delicious. I made it especially for you guys. So go ahead and pour that in. That is 3/4 ounce of cucumber syrup. All right, and then the fun stuff, you're gonna take your vodka and throw that in. That is 2 ounces of vodka. All right, and now we're gonna shake. We're gonna shake before we do the Sprite, because if you shake with the Sprite, it's gonna explode everywhere. So don't do that. Go ahead and shake now. We're gonna shake for about 5 to 10 seconds. All right. All right, so once that is good and shaken up, go ahead and grab your mason jar, and we're gonna pour all of this directly into your glass. You are going to have quite a few pieces of the cucumber, lime, mint, all in there, so if you don't want those in your cocktail, totally fine. You can fill this with ice and strain it, but I do like having all of that in my cocktail, so I'm gonna go ahead and pour that right in. Okay. And normally I would add a little bit more ice to this, but I think it's gonna be totally fine. So we're gonna grab our Sprite and open that up. And we are gonna pour that right on top. Okay. Now you have to give your Sprite to the other person since you are sharing. And then because we just poured the Sprite on top, you're gonna wanna mix it. So go ahead and grab your straw and just kind of mix your cocktail all together. Okay. And you can leave your straw right in there. We are gonna go back to our cucumber and mint. So we are going to make a little shamrock out of your cucumber for garnish. Now I have done this 10 plus times, trying to get the perfect shamrock, and it is difficult, let me tell you. So don't feel bad if you can't make it perfect, like 4-leaf clover perfect, okay? So what you're gonna do is basically you're gonna cut little triangles out of the four corners. So just make 4 corners and you're gonna cut it and kind of round your edges. So you're rounding it like a 4-leaf clover. So you're just gonna go in and kind of round, and then the other side, round it. Again, I am not an expert by any means, but you're gonna cut it like that and then kind of turn it quarter to the other side and do another. Okay. And then turn it again, another quarter. And that. And then lastly, you're gonna get that last edge there. Okay, so you'll kind of have this like cross, if you will. But you're gonna wanna round your edges a little bit more than a cross, okay? Like that. And then we're gonna do little triangle cuts out of each of those corners. So again, try to round down, don't cut too deep into it, just barely cut and then kind of round it out, okay? And you're gonna do that on each of the corners. Oh man, it's harder than it looks, I'm telling you. But we're doing this to be festive. All right, yeah, that one didn't turn out too well, but it should look something like that, okay? And then to put it on your jar, you're gonna wanna cut a slit, probably pick the side that is your least favorite, and in between those two, cut a bigger slit, almost to the middle of the cucumber, just like that, okay? And then you can slide that right on the side of your drink. And if you saved the mint for the end, go ahead and put that in, and you're gonna just guide the mint down with your straw so that it looks just like that, okay? All right, and now you are good to drink. Cheers, everyone. This is so good. It's so light and refreshing. Like I could chug like 10 of these. You might get little chunks of like cucumber and lime in there, but personally, I think that makes it even better. So thank you guys so much for joining. Happy St. Patty's Day. I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday, and come in and see us soon. Join us for our Easter cocktail kit. It's gonna be super fun. And until next time, cheers.